Alright, hello there everyone, welcome back to James Redmond TV and welcome to another Redmond Roundup, the show where we give you all your latest news and updates. This is not a transfer show, by the way, this is a football show. It's just very transfer specific right now as it's the transfer window. But if you do enjoy, and remember, only if you enjoy, then smash a like on the video and also subscribe to join the Redmond Army. People, England, is it coming home? Let me know in the comments down below. This is looking like to be the second prediction I'm going to get wrong this year. I said Liverpool weren't going to get top 4, and we did. We got top 3. And now England are looking like they're going to be the Euros. They look like they're the favourites for the Euros. I still think Italy have a big shout. But with a few things that's happened, you just never know. And England are not conceding goals. And I have got to give credit where credit is absolutely due to Gareth Southgate. He's doing bits. He's doing bits, and I am a man to eat the humble pie when it is served on a plate, and I'm going to eat it on this occasion. But people, like I said, if you do enjoy, smash a like. But let's get into today's Redmond Roundup. So Jeremey Doku is linked with the Reds from Renee or Rennie, however you want to say it really. So he's 19 years of age. He's obviously just had a very solid Euro tournament with Belgium, and he had a very good game against Italy, the game that they got knocked out in. He was probably, maybe, arguably their best player. He was creating things, he was defending very well, and he had an engine. And it's them type of players that you want. You want them exciting players within your team, and he looks like a very good option to have. Again, 19 years of age. But for those who don't know, Jeremey Doku's been linked with Liverpool before. He's 19 now, but when he was 16, he was speaking to Jurgen Klopp, he was speaking to Sadio Mane and them, man. He was speaking to everyone. He was speaking to club representatives. He was speaking to Arsenal. There's multiple teams that have been on the radar of Jeremey Doku. He decided to stay at Anderlecht, which has worked out for him in hindsight. But I just want to ask you the question. Do you see someone like Doku, who's just joined Renee or Rennie in the French league? Again, I don't know how to say their name. I do apologise, French fans, but either way, do you see him leaving them for Liverpool? And that's not the end of the question. Do you see them leaving? Do you see him leaving them for Liverpool to be our backup right back? Doku, who's 19, is not going to come to Liverpool, who's going to be competing with one of the best right backs in the world in Trent, who has also got a little bit of an advantage with the fact he's Scouse and got multiple years on the kid, to be sitting on the bench and playing second fiddle. I don't think that makes sense for Doku. And furthermore, if he's already rejected Liverpool at the age of 16, then why is he going to change his mind now just to play on the bench? I give this one a 2 out of 10 and purely say it's based on paper talk and the fact he's had a good game in the Euros. But would I take him? Now that's a very different question. So Liverpool are very interested in Renato Sanches, according to El Equipe. Now I said El Equipe wrong in the last video. I think I said El Equipe, but that just shows that I know what I'm talking about. But it's El Equipe basically. And over the weekends, we've been linked with, again, millions of midfielders. But the two biggest and strongest links is with Renato Sanches and Saul Niguez. Now I didn't want to mispronounce that name. I was about to say Raul, but either way, Saul Niguez. And the interesting thing about these links is these are both rather different players, both very good midfielders. You know, Renato Sanches, we know his story a lot more than Saul because he's played at Bayern Munich. He had that little loan spell at Swansea which didn't work out. I don't think it's fair to judge Renato Sanches on that loan spell at Swansea, like, oh, he couldn't do it in the Premier League, though, could he? It's like, mate, he was at Swansea playing in a team where, you know, no disrespect to Swansea, because he was decent, but he never had no serious ballers or world-class players, so just to expect him to do greatness was mad, and he was like 19 as well. Either way, he got that £25 million move to Lille, and he has bossed it. For Portugal, he bosses it. He's a big game player. Plus, he's 23 years of age. Plus, he's going to cost around 35-40 million. You're not breaking the bank. And furthermore, it just makes a lot of sense with the circumstances of the Liverpool squad. When you think about Henderson, and he's not getting any younger. I love your Hendo Nino, but listen, lads, getting a grey hair or two there. And same with Thiago. Thiago Alcantara hasn't even got started in his Liverpool career yet. We're still yet to see the best, but he is on the other side of that hill. Renato Sanches, mate, he's barely on the fucking hill. He's on the road and he's just going up the hill now. So he's on that upward trajectory. He's not even close to his prime right now. I don't think Renato Sanches is absolutely world class, but he is a baller. And he is someone who I think would suit our system. And I think over time, you can incorporate him into the team opposed to having to put him right into the first team. Because I think we forget this as well. Gini Wijnaldum leaving the club might have not just been to do with wages. It actually could have been to do with the fact he might not play next season. The majority of people's first choice midfield is Thiago, Henderson and Fabinho if everyone is fit. So maybe Gini realised that thinking, I've only really played this season because Henderson's had to play centre-back, Fabinho's had to play centre-back and Thiago's been injured. So I've had to play. Whereas now it's not really same case scenario. So that's why I go with Renato Sanches over Saul, because he's a younger player. He'd be more eager to, over time, work his way into the team and he'd be surrounded by winners. So I think this would be a good deal. But in terms of it happening this summer, I'm probably only going to give it a 6 out of 10. Arsenal are also interested. I even saw a leaked comment of Renato Sanches saying, send me the invitation. I don't know if it was real, but it was just something crazy. But let me know what you think. Would you take this signing? And what do you think the chances are of this signing happening? So Trent Alexander-Arnold offers an injury update. Essentially, he's going to be back and fit very, very soon. He's not going to be out for months and months and months. Touch wood that he gets no further injury. He's going to be back for pre-season. Van Dijk's looking good to be back for pre-season, and so is Joe Gomez. This is all good news. People underestimate how good and how useful a pre-season is. If Liverpool can get a full pre-season under the belt and get all these players fit just in time for the start of the season, you can't underestimate winning them first few games of the league campaign. Even when Liverpool won the league, the start that we won the league in January. We just set that cushion for ourselves, and therefore, even this season, if we can win the league as soon as possible, then we can go for other competitions and try and win a treble or whatever. But as we know from when we did, the times we didn't win the league can be very marginal, so you need to get them points, and a pre-season is very helpful towards that. So Manchester United are looking at signing Camavinga, according to Fabrizio Romano. So Renee midfielder who's just 18 years of age, and by the way, Camavinga is an absolute baller, so if this deal happens, it's a big shame because it's another great young player that's going to be going to Manchester United. Also, Renee are looking for around 30 million euros for this deal, so it's not impossible to make it happen, but the interesting thing about this is his contract runs out next summer. So it's interesting to see the approach that Man United take, because what they can do is they can wait out and maybe try and get him on a free, or they can do what they have done before and kind of rush in for the player, get there first before any other teams can actually think about getting there. And, Man United do some very, very interesting tactics when it comes to signing players. So I don't know if this will absolutely happen this summer, but I do believe the links are true, and I do believe Man United definitely want a player like that, especially when you take into consideration you've just brought in Sancho, the links with Varane, and Pogba is on his way out the club. At least that's what it seems. So to get that replacement in now or as soon as possible wouldn't be a bad thing. Out of 10, I'm going to give this one a 6.5. So Saliba is looking to be loaned out to Olympique Marseille from Arsenal, according to Fabrizio Romano. What is the problem with Arteta and Saliba? What's going on? Saliba has just gone out on loan to the French league, absolutely smashed it to pieces. He never started at the beginning of last season for Arsenal, therefore got loans out, done boss, and now he's not going to be playing. It makes no sense, because even David Luiz, he's on the other side of the hip. In fact, no, David Luiz is leaving. So David Luiz is leaving. You're linked with Ben White for 50 million, and you've got a player that you signed for 10, 20 million a season previous, and you're not using him. If this is just because of his attitude, it makes no sense, because Saliba actually seems to be one of Arsenal's best centre-backs. Look at what's his name? Fofana for Leicester. Fofana is a prime example of someone who has just worked out, and it's because you gave him the confidence, and he already had the ability. Saliba is basically that, but without the confidence, because he's getting no belief from his manager. This would be a great signing for Olympique Marseille, and I actually think a good move for Saliba, because Guendouzi is looking on joining Marseille. Marseille are doing bits, they're looking on signing Paul Lopez. They've already signed Cengiz Under from Roma, and now they're looking on signing Saliba on loan and Guendouzi. So, mate, it makes a lot of sense for them to push in that direction. But in terms of an Arsenal point of view and developing this player, I think it's just a poor excuse to just say, oh yeah, we want to loan him out and just let him improve, instead of using him to your advantage and letting him improve at your club. Is your club not good enough to improve young players? Is that the way it is? Because Arsenal, Arteta, I'm not even going to say Arsenal, this is purely Mikel Arteta who's making this decision. It's not criminal, because he is young, but he has also shown more positive signs than other players within the squad. So Spinazzola, who was injured in the game against Belgium, where obviously Italy went through, he had a great tournament and also a great game, is now confirmed to be out for around 5 to 6 months. This is a shame because, again, he was a big, important player for Italy. He plays for Roma as well, so Jose Mourinho's not going to be able to use him for the first few months of the season. Very key player going to be out of the squad. And I don't know, man, this really does increase the chances of it actually coming home, because when you lose a key player to your system, you know it can make everything tumble down like a ton of bricks. So this is interesting to see, and obviously I wish him the best of recovery. And then to end the video, we've got a few done deals for you lot. So we've got Andre Silva, who scored more goals in the Bundesliga than Haaland last season. Just a little fun fact for you. He is signed for Leipzig from Frankfurt, so I think that's a very good piece of business. 35 million euros. And actually, Liverpool fans, we've needed a striker. We've needed a forward. Is that a player that you would have taken? Because it doesn't look like too bad of an option, especially for the price that they've paid. But again, stars are a very big thing. But then the other big deal that's been done over the weekend is Ryan Bertrand joins Leicester along with Samari and Patson Daka. Leicester are getting activo. They are not slowing down. They missed out on top 4 last season, and their owner is going pump, 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 and put. That was a mad action, but still we move. He's pumping dough into the club, man. He's smashing it. And this is what I don't get. Maybe Leicester owners have more money than FSG, but that does not mean FSG is skint. And we spend no dough. We just about got Champions League last year. Like the skin of our teeth. Leicester City spent more time in top 4 last season than we did. Obviously, I don't care because we ended up with the top 4, but why are we acting like the Europa League club, man? They're spending dough on good players. Now, I didn't want Daka, but like Daka to Leicester's a good signing. As you can see, I'm slowly more and more sliding down my chair, and I can't be arsed because the thought of FSG has just came into my brain. But people, that has been today's Redmond Roundup. Hopefully you enjoyed. It was a very active Redmond Roundup, if I do say so myself. I'm trying to think if there's any more videos today. No, but the next Redmond Roundup is on Wednesday. And if there's any breaking news, like big breaking news between now and then you know your boy will absolutely deliver it to you on this channel as soon as possible. Tomorrow is going to be a live stream later on in the day. In fact, I need to see when the next Euro games are, because I might do a watch along to that. And yeah, man, just stay tuned on the channel. The schedule is going to be out on the community tab soon. And yeah, just thank you for watching. I love every single one of you. The trim is looking very, very dead, but we move. And have a marvellous day. Smash a like if you enjoyed, and peace out.